Good morning, everyone. My name is Victoria Zimmer, and I am one of your fitness coaches on board of this beautiful vessel. Now, this morning, I would like to welcome you to our slow flow yoga class. It means that we're going to be moving slower than before, allowing you to sink deeper into your body, connect to your breath, and bring you to the present moment so you can thoroughly enjoy your holiday. Now, before we begin our class, I'd like to ask if anyone had any previous yoga experience. Yes, I can see some of the hands lifting. Thank you. And at the same time, if anyone has any medical conditions or injuries that I should be aware of, please let me know as I walk around and check your name on our sign-up sheet. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Thank you. Beautiful. Now, we're going to start our class first with a series of warm-ups and then move into the standing asanas that will allow you to really connect to the strength within, and then followed by grounding asanas and of course by a long and beautiful shavasana or relaxation. Now let's start our class by backward circles. Just place your feet slightly apart or even shoulder distance apart and start moving your arms outwards, relaxing the shoulders and starting to connect on to your breath. And then from here, relax your shoulders and then start slow rotation from side to side. And just allow your arms to tap on the opposite shoulder and opposite side of the lower back. Allow your head to move in the same direction as your torso. And then pause. And as you pause, just close your eyes and give yourself a moment to connect to your breath, to your heartbeat. Place your palms together at your heart into Anjali Mudra or Namaste. And place your feet together, sensing harmony within yourself and with everything around you. Inhale, open your eyes, bring your arms through the sides, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart, passing your face. Inhale, bring your arms through the sides, look up. Exhale, hands back down to your heart. As you lower your head down, notice the blocks next to you. You are able to use the blocks throughout today's practice, or if you don't need them, just simply place them to the side when you notice that it's on the way. Inhale, bring your arms through the sides, look up. Exhale, this time hinge at your hips and relax the crown of your head down. Relax your neck, your shoulders, and keep generous bend in your knees, allowing your ribs to move closer to your thighs. Inhale here, expanding into the back of your rib cage. Exhale, pull your navel to the spine and vertebra by vertebra. Unroll back to standing position. Inhale, bring your arms through the sides, look up. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Inhale, arms through the sides, look up. Allow yourself to stretch from your waist. Exhale, release your left hand down, reach through the right arm to the left. Nice deep side stretch. Inhale here. And on the exhale, go down a little bit deeper. Inhale, following your right arm, reaching up to the sky. Bringing your left arm as the right arm lowers. And then exhale, reaching with the left arm to the right. Enjoying a deep stretch or a very gentle stretch along the left side of the torso. Inhale here, slightly lift yourself back to the middle. Exhale, notice the lengthening as you're reaching up and to the right. Inhale, bring your left arm up to the sky. And on the exhale, join your palms back at your heart. If you're not standing at the edge of the mat, I invite you to step to the side of the mat and notice that my position is sideways to you. I will be moving from side to side, so don't worry, you will be able to see me. Inhale, bring your arms through the sides, reach up as we're starting our warm-up series of sun salutations. Exhale, bend at your hips, relax the crown of the head down. Place your hands on the blocks and generously bend your knees. Inhale, fingertips on the blocks. Look forward. Keep your back straight for a halfway lift. Keep your knees slightly bent or straighten through the knees. Exhale, bend your knees, hold on to the blocks and step back with your right foot. Use your blocks for support and extra height. Release your back knee down on the mat and keep your left knee just over the ankle. Lifting through the chest up into equestrian pose, keeping your toes curled under for knee stability or extending your toes if it feels a little bit more comfortable for you here. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and take a one full cycle of breaths in and out through the nose. On the next exhale, curl your toes under. Lift your back knee off the floor. Move your blocks to the side of the mat. Place your hands on the mat and step back with your left foot. Release your knees down on the mat and extend your toes. Take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, lower yourself down. Keeping your upper arms squeezed against the torso. Slide your hands down just about a third of a palm towards your ribs. Engage through the glutes. Inhale, press your palms into the mat. Look up, look just in front of you. Exhale, release your chest down on the mat. Curl your toes under and then push yourself back into a tabletop position. Now notice the position of your hands, so it's shoulder or even mat distance apart. Place your knees, shoulders or hip distance apart, whichever feels more comfortable. And then on the next exhale, start lifting your knees off the floor and then push back into your first downward facing dog position. Place your heels down towards the mat one at a time. And just make sure as you reach back through the hips, you're pushing yourself away from the mat. So there is no temptation of moving your shoulders to be forward. Instead, create a nice long line between your arms and your hips. Move your hips from side to side here slightly. Notice the stretch along the sides of the torso. And then as you push one heel at a time down towards the mat, feeling the stretch along the calves, back of the knees, the hamstrings. Inhale, lift through the chest, through the hips, through the heels, up. And then on the exhale, step forward with your right leg. Bring the blocks back to be just under your shoulders. Lift through the chest up and extend or keep your toes curled under, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Inhale here, shoulders away from your ears. Look just in front. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Keep slight tilt of the pelvis back. Inhale one more time, curl your toes under, lift your knee off the floor. And on the exhale, step forward with the blocks and with your left foot into a forward fold position. Inhale, lifting through the chest up, keeping your back straight. Exhale, releasing your head, softening through the shoulders. Inhale, bring your arms through the side, lifting with your chest, strong legs straight back, come up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, arms reach through the side, each time keeping your body lengthening as you warm up. Exhale, bend at your hips, relaxing the crown of the head down, hands to the blocks. Inhale, fingertips on the blocks, lift through the chest up. Exhale, bend through the knees, holding the blocks, stepping back with your right leg. Releasing your right knee down on the mat. Inhale, lifting through the chest up, fingertips on the blocks. Exhale, blocks to the side, palms on the mat, step back and hold here either in a higher plank position or immediately release your knees on the mat if you need to modify. Inhale here, and then on the exhale, keep your hips off the floor, but lower yourself down with your chest into Ashtangasana, 8-point position. Chin on the floor, and then inhale, slide forward and up, and extend either into full cobra or keep your belly and ribs on the mat for modified cobra. Shoulders away from the ears, looking just in front. Inhale here. On the exhale, curl your toes under. Push your hips back into a soft transition through the tabletop. Inhale, prepare your breath, palms flat on the floor. Exhale, lift your knees off the floor, start reaching with your hips back, creating nice long line between your arms and your torso. Inhale here. Exhale, start pushing one heel at a time as you're breathing into the back of the legs, grounding yourself through your feet, through your palms, crown of the head in line with the spine. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, step forward with the right foot, get hold of the blocks, lifting through the chest up. Inhale here. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, lift your back knee off the floor. Exhale, step forward with your left foot, blocks in front, into a forward fold position. Generous bend through the knees. Inhale, arms through the sides, look up. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Up and back slightly. Exhale, hinge at your hips all the way down, crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, lift up. Straight back, creating the space between your pelvis and your ribs. Exhale, soften through the spine, blocks to the side. Step back with your right foot. Now you have the option of keeping your knee off or on the floor. And this time, if you feel that you're ready, sweep your arms through the side as you breathe in, looking up. Exhale, releasing your hands down to the mat. Step back with your left foot. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, toes, hips and chest down on the floor. Keep your heels of the palms at your rib cage. Squeeze the upper arms against the torso. Inhale, pressing yourself off the earth. Look up. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, curl your toes under and then push your hips back into downward facing dog position. Remember, the option here is to keep your knees bent if necessary. Place your feet wider if you need to create more space in your lower back. And then start grounding yourself one heel at a time down towards the mat.
Inhale here. On the exhale, step forward with your right foot. And whichever option you chose on the other side, do the same option on the left. Inhale, lift up, arms overhead or down by your foot on the blocks. Exhale, hands down to the floor and step forward with your left foot, hands on the blocks. Inhale, lifting through the chest up. Exhale, relaxing through the crown of the head down, noticing body getting warmer. Inhale, arms through the side, come up to standing. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Close your eyes here for a moment and allow yourself to reconnect with your heartbeat. Inhale, arms reach through the side. Look up and back slightly. Exhale, hinge at your hips, crown of the head down, hands on the blocks. Inhale, lifting through the chest up, reaching away from the hips. Exhale, soften through the knees, step back with your right foot. Keep your high lunge here. Hold up strong. Or bring your hands overhead, look up. Exhale, hands to the blocks. Place your palms shoulder distance apart, step back slowly. Inhale here. On the exhale, knees, chest and chin down on the floor, keeping your hips up into Ashtangasana. Inhale, sliding forward and up into Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Keeping your shoulders away from the ears, looking in front or up, engaging through the glutes. Exhale, curling your toes under, pushing back into downward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears, elbows turn inward slightly. Engaging through the triceps, creating the fire within through the breath and movement. Inhale here. On the exhale, step forward with your right foot. Bring the blocks in. Stay here. Or sweep your arms through the sides. Look up. Exhale. Hands to the block. Step forward with your left foot. Relaxing the crown of the head down. Inhale. Arms through the sides. Look up. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Breathing deeply. Inhale, arms through the sides, reach up and back slightly. Exhale, hinge at your hips, head to your knees. Inhale, fingertips on the blocks, look forward. Exhale, bend through the knees. Lower your back knee down on the mat. Lift through the chest up. Look up with your arms overhead or on the blocks. Exhale, release your hands down, palms on the mat, upper plank position. Inhale here. Option to lower yourself down all the way through the knees, extending through the toes, sliding your hands down to your ribs. Inhale, lifting through the chest up into Cobra or Baby Cobra. Look up. Exhale, curl your toes under and push back into downward facing dog position. Move your head from side to side. Bend one leg at a time if it feels accessible. Keep both knees slightly bent or straight. Whichever your body chooses right now is an option. Take one more deep breath in. And on the exhale, step forward with your right foot. Bring the blocks in and choose the option for your arms. Inhale, lift up, chest or arms. Exhale, release your hands down through the sides and step forward with your left foot, relaxing the crown of the head down. Relax your arms down to the mat this time and soften through the spine. See if you can extend a little bit more through the knees, breathing into the back of your knees, allowing your ribs to move a bit closer to the thighs. Inhale here, and on the exhale, vertebra by vertebra, come back up to a standing position. Bring your arms through the sides, look up. And on the exhale, hands down to your heart. Inhale, bring your arms through the sides, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, bringing your hands to the mat, bend through the knees. And on your next exhale, step back with your right foot. Align your heels on one line and keep your back foot pointing towards the corner of the room at about 45-degree angle. Front knee has the support of the ankle. Inhale, sweep your arms through the sides, look up, pressing into outer edge of your back foot for a warrior one pose. Inhale here. On the exhale, sink down a little bit more. Option here is to shorten the stance while front knee still is over the ankle to give you some stability and support. Deepen on your breath. The pose of a warrior, a peaceful warrior. Finding the stillness within. On the next exhale, bring your hands down to the mat and step back with your left foot into a downward facing dog position as a transition asana. Inhale here. And on the exhale, step forward with your right foot this time, aligning your heels and finding the strength, the support of the earth. Press your feet firmly into the ground. And as you inhale, sweeping your arms through the sides, come up to a warrior one position. Allowing your front knee to have the support of the ankle, lifting through the arms up. Keeping your palms either together or shoulder distance apart. Pressing into outer edge of your back foot. Breathing deeply. And finding stillness in this asana. Inhale here. On the exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Step back with your right foot into downward facing dog. And then on the exhale, walk with your feet small steps into a forward fold position. Inhale, arms through the sides, come up to standing. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Inhale here. And as you exhale, step back with your right foot, turning your feet parallel to each other. Now here as a teacher, you would walk on the other side of the room. So when people step back and face the ocean, you're able to be there right in front of them. Keep your feet parallel to each other and engage through the front of the thighs, through the quadriceps. Inhale, bring your arms through the sides. Look up, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, fold at your hips, relaxing the crown of the head down. Move your hips slightly from side to side, breathing deeply. Notice if there is any tension in your hips, and through micro movement, allow yourself to settle in the asana a little bit more. Inhale into the back of the rib cage. Exhale, sink down a little bit more, pressing into the middle of your feet and into the outer edges of your feet. Inhale. On the exhale, micro bend through the knees and then vertebra by vertebra, lift yourself up to a standing position. Place your hands at the glutes with the heels of your palms at the sacrum. Bring your elbows as close as possible to each other. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, reach back with your head. If there's any discomfort in your neck, keep your chin parallel to the floor and focus on bringing your elbows as close to each other as possible, lifting through the chest, through the ribs up. You as a teacher can turn yourself sideways, engaging through the glutes and demonstrating the position. So we're trying to avoid pushing the hips forward and instead, keeping your pelvis tucked under, lift through the chest up and look back. Or keep your chin parallel to the floor. Inhale as you return back to the center, releasing your arms. And on the exhale, bring your back foot to the front so everyone can meet at the front of their mats. Place your feet slightly apart. And this time, bring your arms to the back. Interlace your fingers together. And as you exhale, reach through the arms away from the torso. Opening across the chest and opening across the front of the shoulders. Keep micro bend through the elbows. Inhale. And on the exhale, bend at your hips only halfway or as far as it feels comfortable while maintaining straight back, reaching through the arms up. Inhale here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. On the next inhale, leading with your chest, come up to standing. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart so everyone meets at the front of the mat. Inhale, bring your arms through the sides, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips all the way down, fingertips to the mat or to the blocks. Inhale, lengthen through the chest forward. Exhale, step back with your right foot. And this time, position your back foot at 90-degree angle to the front. So your back foot is facing towards the side. Make sure the heels are aligned. And as you inhale, sweep your arms through the sides and open into Warrior Two pose. Reaching through the front arm forward, through the back arm back. Make sure that front knee doesn't fall in. Instead, open your front knee to the side, creating space between your shoulder blades. Moving your shoulders away from the ears, reaching through the crown of your head up. The pose of intention. Warrior Two. Virabhadrasana. Breathing deeply. Inhale here. On the exhale, turn your front palm facing up and start moving with your arm overhead. Inhale, lift up through the side so you can feel the opening along the front of the torso or the left side of the torso. And on the exhale, bring your arm overhead, turning your head so it's facing towards the back foot and turn your back palm facing up like if you're holding a big disc. Sink forward through the front knee into reverse warrior. Soften through the spine, yet feel the strength through the legs. Inhale, return your arms back to Warrior Two and continue to cartwheel your arms down to frame your front foot. Step back with your left foot, relaxing the crown of the head down into a warrior two as a transition. Inhale here. And on the exhale, step forward with your right foot and align your heels again. Now you as a teacher would want to turn yourself to the other side so that you are facing the guests here. Align the heels and keep your back foot facing to the opposite wall, or about 90-degree angle towards the front. Feel the strength through the legs as you're lifting your arms up, and then as you inhale, bring your arms overhead and open up through the hips into warrior two. The pelvis is open, the front knee is reaching to the outer edge of your front foot. Pressing into the outer edge of your back foot and creating the space between your shoulder blades. Breathing deeply here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Gathering and generating strength from within. Softening your gaze on the tips of your fingers. Turn your front palm facing up. Inhale, reach through the arms up towards the sky. On the exhale, allow your arm to frame your head as you turn to face the back foot. Turn your back palm facing up like if you're holding a massive disc. Reverse warrior. Sink forward through the front knee. Soften through the breath. Inhale, return back into warrior two. On the exhale, continue to cartwheel your arms down and step back with your right foot into downward facing dog. Inhale here. And on the exhale, bend your knees, release your knees down to the mat. Extend through the toes and then push your hips back into child's pose, Balasana. Relaxing the forehead down to the mat, continue to extend through the arms forward. And then eventually lower your forehead down on the mat, or, if necessary, forehead on the block, and bring your arms behind you. With your heels and glutes reaching towards one another. On the inhale, slowly lift up and place yourself down on the mat. Extending your arms away from the torso, keeping your head off the mat and keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Engage through the glutes. Inhale, lift through the chest up. Press your palms firmly into the mat. And then if it's accessible for you, lift your palms off the mat. Lift through the crown of your head. And then extend through the legs. Option is to keep your legs on the mat or lift through the legs, through the arms, creating space between your fingers and your toes. Breathing deeply into the back of your body, lifting up higher into a locust pose. And then gently on the next exhale, release your head down on the mat. Relaxing your right cheek down on the floor. Relaxing through the shoulders. Now place your hands at your lower back, interlacing your fingers. And as you inhale, start lifting your chest up as you're putting through the hands towards your heels, lifting them slightly off your hips. And then lift through the legs. Keep the crown of your head facing forward, or if it's accessible, you can lift up through the crown of the head, keeping your shoulders away from your ears, stretching through the toes. Breathing deeply into your abdominal wall, feeling the expansion from within. Then gently on the next exhale, Release your chest, relax your arms, and turn yourself, relaxing through the shoulders, closing your eyes, and giving yourself a moment to breathe into your lower back. This is where a time where you as a teacher, you can come up and just make sure that everyone is comfortable and able to let go. And then gently place your hands by your chest. And as you inhale, start lifting yourself up and push your hips back into a diamond pose. You as a teacher, turn yourself towards the guests. Inhale here, and on the exhale, shift your hips to the right and extend your right foot forward and place your left foot over the right knee. Now, you as a teacher, using the mirror effect here. So do the opposite to what you say. Now pull your left foot towards you and extend through the right. Now we can demonstrate from different positions, making sure that everyone understands the asana. For a seated twist, pull your toes towards you, elongate through the spine. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, start turning towards the bent knee, keeping your left hand at your sacrum and allowing yourself, rather than leaning back, instead, keep it as close as possible to you, reaching through the crown of the head up, putting the right toes towards you and creating a twist as you finish with turn of the head to your left. Breathing deeply here. Inhale and exhale slowly. With each exhalation, turn yourself a little bit more. With each inhalation, feel the expansion into your ribs, into your lower back. On the next inhale, slowly return back to the center. Extend both legs out, shake them slightly. And then as you exhale, bring your right foot over the left, keeping your foot flat on the floor just outside of the left knee. Flex through the left toes towards you, reaching through the crown of the head up. Inhale here. On the exhale, hug with your left arm over the knee. And then place your right hand just as close as possible to the sacrum, looking behind you. Allowing your spine to straighten, rooting down through the sit bones, reaching through the crown of the head up. Breathing deeply. Expanding with each inhalation and softening and twisting further with each exhalation. Allowing your breath to guide you. On the next inhale, slowly return back to the center. And just allow your legs to relax completely by placing your feet so you can lean back slightly and then move your feet in and out, relaxing through the knees, relaxing through the hips and ankles. And then we invite everyone to bring the knees close to them, bringing the legs together. Make sure they're positioned at the middle of the mat. Inhale here. And then on the exhale, holding either front or behind your knees as you lower yourself down. Placing the feet as close as possible to the glutes. And here you as a teacher, you can position yourself on either side of the class so guests can simply turn their head to the side in order to see you. Keeping your palms along the torso, and toes pointing forward. Inhale, lift your hips up. Now place one shoulder blade under the other, keeping the gaze up at the sky, pressing your heels firmly into the mat, and allowing your knees to point forward. Encourage to engage the glutes and create a beautiful extension through the spine, feeling the lengthening along the back of the neck. Option here is to lift your heels off the floor, floating a little bit higher. Rounding through the belly as you inhale, softening as you exhale. And then on the next exhale, gently releasing the knees, releasing the hips, and pushing the heels down to the mat. Bringing the knees up to the chest, and then just gentle circle from side to side. And then the opposite direction. Generally enjoying the self-massage for the back. And then placing the hands, the arms between the knees. Holding on to the outer part of the foot and then the other side. Now option here is to use the strap across the feet, pulling the toes towards you and using the elbows from inside the knees to push the knees out. The demonstration here can also be slightly more sideways, placing the knees, the hands between the knees, holding to the outer part of the feet, making sure the feet are slightly wider than the shoulders, using the elbows to push the knees out. And again, option here is to use the strap across the feet and pull through the feet down. If a happy baby pose is not accessible, it could be a single-sided position by keeping one foot on the mat and using one arm, one leg, or even using the position of the hands behind the knee. Whichever is accessible, stay there for about 3 to 5 cycles of breaths, and then releasing the legs down. Getting hold of one of the blocks and then sliding the block underneath the hips, just at the lower edge of the sacrum. And then slowly bringing the knees up and then extending through the heels towards the sky. If for any reason this position is not accessible with the knees bent and block under the sacrum, we can also place the strap over the feet or place the sailors by the wall. Relaxing through the shoulders, closing the eyes into this inversion and feeling the energy moving from the feet down to the vital organs as we're slowly starting to calm down, breathing deeply. The idea for this asana is to completely relax and just noticing a flow of circulation, flow of energy. At this point, it's important that you as a teacher walk around and dim the lights or lower the blinds, preparing for relaxation. Slowly as you exhale, release your feet down on the floor. Feel the warmth of the circulation rushing to the feet. Remove the blocks from underneath the hips and place it above the head. Extend to the legs out, and then pull the right leg up towards the heart, relaxing through the shoulders, breathing deeply. On the next exhale, pull the left leg up and then cross the right leg over left, like a cross leg position. And then bring both of the knees to the side, keeping the left hand on top of the knees, and extend through the right arm up and then out to the side as you rotate your head in the same direction as the arm. Inhaling here, and on the exhale, soften through the face, soften through the shoulders, breathing deeply. Inhale here, and exhale, release a little bit more. You as a teacher holding the space here, so it is important that you can either walk around and adjust to make sure everyone is comfortable and allowing themselves a space to be. On the next exhale, come back slowly to the center, extending through the right leg out and pulling the left knee in, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. And then on the next exhale, bending through the right leg and crossing your left leg over the right. Slowly turning both knees to the right, keeping the right arm on top of the knees and extending through the left arm out. Breathing deeply. Suggesting to close their eyes. And with each exhalation, softening through the face, softening through the shoulders. Breathing deeply. Allowing about the same amount of time on each side. Noticing the energy of the room becoming calmer and quieter. Inhaling here. And then on the exhale, returning back to the center. Bring both knees up to the chest. And then placing the feet flat on the floor, knees out to the side, joining the soles of the feet together. Option here is to give suggestion to place the blocks under the knees if there is any tension in the inner thighs and the hips. Placing the arms either overhead or out to the sides, closing the eyes and enjoying the asana, reclined bound pose. Softening through the shoulders, through the hips, through the inner thighs. And then slowly Bringing arms out to the sides so that your hands are more or less in line with the shoulders. And then extending through the legs out nice and wide. So making sure that everyone is comfortable. We demonstrate Shavasana with the eyes closed. And then slowly you as a teacher coming up to a comfortable seated position. Perhaps adjusting the music. Make sure the music is calm and relaxed. And just a little bit on the background, not too loud. And you can guide the guests through relaxation from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes, or simply create a moment of silence for at least 5 minutes or more. And then when there is time to come out of the meditation, of relaxation and meditation, we invite everyone to start moving their toes and fingers, to move your head from side to side, and then slowly bending the knees and coming up to the right side. So everyone in the class will be in this position. And then slowly with the exhalation, lifting up to a comfortable seated position. Whether it is with the legs crossed to the side or on the heels. We bring the arms overhead, inhale, lifting up. And on the exhale, hands to your heart. Expressing deepest gratitude for showing up here today. Namaste. We're looking forward to seeing you all at our next class. Have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, please stay behind and I'll be here to assist. Thank you.